Good evening and welcome to VCS Season 8 beginning here at Hanoi, Vietnam. One of the new tracks, or the other of the new tracks in F1 2020. And very interesting street race pre-season coming today. Or it's 90-minute practice and then there's 18 minutes qualifying. The race is not involved in the race. Of course, I will be looking at it if people make a start, how the graphics work and this kind of stuff, but due to stream, nothing will be shown from the race. So it's the practice, half an hour, 1.5 hours, and qualifying 18 minutes involved. At the moment in the lobby we have 10 drivers. I was expecting at least 15, but at the moment we are having only 10 drivers. Hopefully we get more during a practice. And like I said, it's 90-minute practice, it's a long session. People can join during the session, even leave if needed and return back later on. So let's hope this goes well. There's no technical difficulties. The admins had to make a decision, for example, that we don't race in the in-game league because it was so broken that the results couldn't be submitted. So if you can't submit results, how can you decide a champion? No, there's no way. So we have to go with unranked lobbies this season as well and have manual standings. They are not a big issue at the start of the season, but towards the end it's a big chaos, the standings to make and swap positions. But I think I need to say ready on the Discord because nobody is readying up and we are already 3 past and we should have started already. So if there's any drivers in the stream, press ready up so people will notice that we can go now. Giving some information for people. Now we are going. We have 7 reading ups. So now we are on our way to Hanoi, Vietnam. And well, if anyone in the chat has driven here at Vietnam, what are your thoughts? That's a very hard word to say in English for a Finnish man, but what are your thoughts from the Hanoi track? At least I love it. The track is beautiful, I love it. And first sector is very hard, but after that it's very easy indeed. And we are ready here in Hanoi to begin the practice session. And the pre-season 90-minute is underway with 10 drivers involved at the moment, but we might get more drivers later on. Yeah, you can always watch the stream later. It will render in around half an hour, 1 hour to the stream. Amazing, it is only a bit. I hate the final sector. To me, last sector is the hardest. Pretty shit track. VT91 is I don't remember his Discord name, but he should be one of our league drivers. It's Vellu91 in YouTube, and actually he's the driver who is going out on track now. Is there any drivers in F2? Yeah, there are many drivers in F1. I'm not sure is here any drivers. GT Moto, Gerdi, CPI Connor is showing his pace tonight, and that will decide to which team he will be going. I think at least now he's driving in Williams. I can't remember everything I have said earlier on, so yeah. PMP Mac, yeah, everyone is supposed to be here, or like supposed. Everyone can be here because it's a whole league event. Everyone can join the pre-season. But the pre-season is now underway, 88 minutes of practice in front, and hopefully not a boring session for me. Let's hope that even something happens here. So I could have some stuff to do here. I'm taking a relaxed position, and I'm watching this live stream. or this pre-season, and streaming this one for you. By the way, now when we have so many viewers there, I have been thinking, when I'm the owner of the VCS and I have all the YouTube accounts in my control and this kind of stuff, I have been thinking that once the season kicks off, I would like to make like behind the scenes a series in which I showcase as a video what happens in my room, on my screens, everywhere, what happens before, during and after a live stream, and also when the podcast kicks off, what happens during, before and after the podcast. So that kind of behind the scenes, what happens behind this very complicated live stream. Or it's very complicated live stream when we go to the main race. Here in pre-season it's very simple, but there's so much things within the OBS in a main race that what is happening behind the scenes. And if you guys want to see, or it's interesting, I can make it if you want. I have been thinking it for a while, and I'm ready to do it if there's just any viewers to look at them, so I can do it if you people want, that's the thing. By the way, I won't be out of garage for a few minutes, have to do something. And what track? What is the name of the second pre-season? It's Dutch Grand Prix in Hull, in Netherlands. So it's the other new track in this game. See any people anyway. GT Moto is still in the garage. Pimpy Mac, like he said, he will be in the garage. Connor now going out on track, and Furley is still in the garage. Or that is GT Moto going out actually. That is not CPI Connor. Okay, where are you? Why are you not participating in this pre-season? If it's a shit track for you, why are you not participating there? Same thing for Womble, I could ask the same thing. Why is not Womble here? The last season championship contenders. Oh no, that's not a good thing to hate both new tracks. Well, I love them that they are nearly at the start of the season. And these tracks will be very interesting to see what happens, because they are new tracks. Everyone can do whatever they want. They can show their pace, they have to practice for them. Flying Cross puts his first lap on the board, 1:39.3, and Road puts 1:27.7 on the board. And Jordi is nearly 1 second off the pace at the moment from that lap time. Okay, if you are at the cottage then you can't participate. Are you home tomorrow or will you be missing the whole event? Do you know, by the way, are you going to miss the whole event or are you at home tomorrow? How good pace you need to be in F1? That depends completely in the new game. We have no idea, it's a new game. You can compare to last season F1 pole positions in each track and take around half a second away from them. That's the expected pole position this season, and there's for Lando in the wall. But you can take half a second away from each F1 pole position last season. That's the expected window, the pole position to be. But if you are within half a second, within second, 1.5 seconds, that should be an F1 position. Yeah, it depends on the track, how much faster they are, but that's the window we are expecting the pole position to be. And if you can be in this game within 2 seconds of the last year's pole position, you should be. Oh, then another CPI Connor. No, it is Mr. Schumacher who has spun round, and now Flying Cross is improving. No, that is not Flying Cross. I got the message stuck on the bottom. Now it disappeared, thank you. Is the RT's Red Bull's practicing toe giving or what are they doing? I'm not gonna be able to come tomorrow either. Okay, well, that is unfortunate for you then. Hopefully you can make it next week to Australia. Hi Lord Pump. There's 3 drivers in the happy or whatever roundabout, but then there's only one car. It's GT Moto in the chicane sector. It's not a chicane, it's left right. area. Then there's a very long back straight. The ERS usement will be very interesting this season, because there's only medium and overtake, there's no the middle options, there's only medium and overtake, and the difference between them is huge. So we can clearly see who is using overtake and who is not using ERS at all. So we can very easily see it. Monaco clear likes only a few tracks. Either you hate or they are okay. I like, well, there's only a couple of tracks I hate. Most of the track I like, and there's only a couple of tracks which are okay. I hate France. I hated Spain, but now it's okay. China I hate. I love Vietnam and Netherlands, so they are two new tracks which I love. And Japan is, I loved it at the beginning of 2019, but now I hate it overall. It is so tough track. Flying Cross had some runoff there, with 10 minutes to go in this session so far. With his AlphaTauri. People losing pretty much time. There's Chitimoto, for example, 4 seconds off the pace. Of course, he has had only invalidated lap times so far. Hopefully we get at least 5 or even 6 more drivers during the session, so we don't need to stick with 10. We could have 15 drivers participating. They are new tracks. Quite surprised, the game has been out for 1.5 weeks and nearly no one has got the game or is not available today. Of course, it's Saturday, it's not a normal day for our league. Tomorrow, it's nearly at the same time with usual qualifying and race times. So tomorrow I'm expecting nearly a full lobby, like 15 drivers maybe tomorrow. So at least tomorrow it's a very normal time for our races. It's only 1 hour later than usual. So I'm quite surprised if we don't have more people than this tomorrow. We're in the final sector. Hopefully Cody's fixed the driver numbers, because they are wrong. Sebastian Vettel's car under fairly. Hopefully Cody's make it work and they fix those before next week's race. There's still 8 days before F1 and 6 days before F2. So they got a couple of days to improve. 30 goes 4th fastest, and the Fury Lando is still there. Rote is going back in the garage. I love this, that they have actually made this visible now in this year's game. They have improved the it looks like they have improved the spectator mode a lot. We can actually see this one now. Now it's gone. But I like that how they have improved the spectator mode a lot now. Monaco clearly loves Austria, Italy, Japan and Spa. From those I love every other than Japan. Jury is on his outlap with the soft compound. I'm not sure, are they trying this qualifying runs, or are they trying to get a race run? The race distance is set to 50, so the tire wear should match the correct tire wear in the event within 4 weeks as well. 11 minutes done in this session. 8 drivers have set a lap, from which 5 times are competitive and 3 times are bit off, or 2 times bit off and 1 is completely off. Veti has not had a good run so far. But the Vietnam is very tricky street race. And mistakes cost a lot. It's a bit wider than Monaco, but not as wide as Azerbaijan is. So it's a bit of mix between Monaco and Azerbaijan. Long straight from Azerbaijan, tight corners from Monaco, and then the first sector I don't even know. It's like China, the third last corner, but it's a bit more tighter. These racing lines are completely off. More inner line would be better. Let's have a look in his onboard. Too slow in the first corner, but it's better to find the limits now. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake too inside line. The racing line of Veti is not good. Hopefully he is using the racing lines. Or hopefully he's not using them at the moment. Hopefully he enables them, because that will help him a lot. Knowing the racing line. Yeah, that is a very good lap time in Austria. If you're only 1 second slower than the world best, you are even faster than me, I think, then. Well, I'm quite fast on every single track, so that's the thing that makes the difference. I'm fast on every single track, apart France. GT Moto trying to have a white line. Going close to the barriers as you should. Mr. Schumacher's car sliding a lot there in the final sector. Looks like he has like 1-1 wings. The car is sliding so much all over the place. And also the understeer is huge in his car. That car really literally looks like 1-1 wings. Oh, he hit the barrier on the left. That cost him some lap time and he's not even improving, so he's really struggling to get a lap in. Every single driver has a lap now. Pimpy Mac has finally left the garage. And he's out on track. And he has gone off. He has gone off completely. Here's a replay of what happened earlier. This was 10 minutes ago. Here's the final very wide line there was by a road, and then there's the Furlando spinning around on the background. Yep, there. Touching something and going round. But that was 10 minutes ago. And now Pimpy Mac has boxed Veti into the garage. Is GT Moto going to overtake Flying Cross? Yes. Let's see how many drivers these drivers can get during this pre-season. When VCS still had the 45-minute practices before the main event, I usually made a whole race in the practice session. Then I repeated it in the race itself. So I kind of raced 100% race in the league event and the qualifying in between them. Like first 50 qualifying and the official 50. So I practiced really hard in the first and second season when the 45-minute practice was still involved in the league events. But nowadays they are not, and you need to practice with your friends or all alone. There's no longer official practice sessions during the season. There's someone gone in the main straight now. It is Schumacher facing the wrong way on the main straight. Luckily the wing damages or the damages are off. There's also another driver. It's Flying Cross going slowly back into the pits. CPI Connor say that he's racing against 110 EI on every single track. Not looking like that at the moment, but let's see what he can do. When the season, or not the season, the session goes off. At least the racing lines are starting to look good. That is nearly the perfect you can get. You cannot go much closer than that. And of course, if you have a very heavy fueled car, it is... Oh, that's a perfect line. Perfect cornering in the final corner. But how is that not the best lap time? He improved by 2/10, still 1.6 off. The first sector must have been a mess. That's starting to be a perfect line for that one. Amazing racing line for that one. I like that. That was nearly perfection, and now Veti is gone off in the parking slot. Or I don't think that's a parking lot. That's some kind of road cross or whatever. Don't know what it is called in real life. I'm fast in some tracks, but I can do 110, 103 AI and be competitive every track. Yeah, most of our F1 drivers are using 105 or better EI. For example, I'm using 107, and I'm a one-time champion. I'm not sure which level Jokka and Wombla are using. I think they are using 108, 109, usually. But I race against 107 to 110, depending on track. Usually 107 or 8, and 110 at Monaco. Because I'm the king of Monaco, I have won over half of VCS races at Monaco. So, and I'm quite sure if I make a debut again in Monaco, I will win it. I'm quite sure. If nothing goes wrong, I win it. So, 105 in Austria. Yeah, I'm driving 108 or 100. I was driving 109 actually in my team, and I got some points. So, maybe 110 could be possible even in Austria. But maybe the 108, 109, sure selection, but 110 is a bit risky, but don't know. Nearly 20 minutes gone in the session. 5 competitive times on the board, and then there's a 3-second jump. Well, that's a bit of issue if you can't download any programs or any applications from the store. I want to check, can I actually change my... No, I cannot change my OSD at the moment. I would like to have changed the user a bit, put that timer and the result list a bit higher, and the track map a bit smaller, and the lap counter in the top right to the place where it's in reality, so in the middle bottom. And that kind of stuff, little customization, but I can do it. That is the spectator mode customization is not in the game yet. Hopefully that's the change. The next change they make to spectator mode. OSD customization to spectator mode. PMP Mac lagging a little bit, so I'm not going to spectating. The Fury Lando, there you go, the lap time's already gone. He touched the barrier on the left. Luckily the damage is off. These drivers would destroy their front wings every single lap. But when the damage is off, they can push to the limits without risk. Furley goes 6th fastest, so we have the 6th competitive time. Well, Simon Pike can do whatever he wants. I'm doing my best with my English. When we compare that I'm Finnish man, commentating in English 2 hours straight, even though I say by myself I'm quite good in this job. I'm not speaking English as my mother tongue, or how is it said, I don't know, but it's not my main language. So if we compare to things or to stats or whatever, the situation in which I am in, I'm not speaking English as a main language. So if we compare to that, my English is quite good. Of course, it would be best if he was an English commentator, but this is the best we got. And of course, I may have a co-commentator which is English, so at least he will speak perfect English, and I do my best to try to avoid raw English as much as possible. Furley is 7th fastest, so we have 7 competitive lap times out of 10. So Schumacher, Moto and Veti will have to find a bit more pace to get within the 2 seconds, and then we will have 10 competitive lap times. Cross the line. Well, it's not. Furley is improving. He goes 1.2 seconds off, improving by half a second. But the graphics, well, they are PlayStation 4 graphics, but they are boosted, or they are enhanced with the Corsa, that's not Corsa, Ripsaw, okay, Kapsukara, oh, there's contact between Furlando and Furley, and I missed that completely. What happened? I was not looking at the screen at that time, but hopefully we have a replay very soon. But the graphics are enhanced by the game capture card I had. And that's why we can have so high quality in... Oh, who was that? That was API Connor. Cutting a track and going wild. He's coasting. I'm just going to set up and thinking race versions that I have set up ready to race. Yeah. Furley's driving on EA, now he's dropping back. Well, I don't know. I lost my rear on every corner. Well, I think then you should increase the rear wing angle and or decrease the front wing angle if you are having that much oversteer. CPI corner is literally cutting every single track here. Or the corner, not track. But he's cutting as much as he can. And he's returning into the pits. Luckily it's a pre-season though, so there's not that much to complain about, but I need to tell him that don't cut the corners in any sessions, maybe the penalty, especially in the main sessions, qualifying races where the points are given. If you got there, you're going to get disqualified, maybe in the whole session. So you may get a race disqualification, 5 penalty points for cutting the track, which is not a good way to take penalties. Because the rulebook is updated for this year, the penalty point system is brand new. Less penalty points is enough for higher penalties. So of course we stewards at the same time, or not we stewards. I'm no longer a steward. I'm only administrator now. But the stewards are giving less penalties. The grid penalties cannot now be given this season because the league mode is broken. So the grid penalties will be replaced by the penalty points. So everything that would lead in the grid penalties will lead in the warnings and penalty points. Also more time penalties will be handed this year, so it's higher chance to get a time penalty than a penalty point or warning this season. That way we try to reduce the amount of penalty points and warnings because they lead in the higher penalties. So the penalty point is a really strong penalty this season. Oh, that was close call by Fairley. Nearly losing the whole back end. That's Fairley slapped down on this stage. Pimpy Mac still lagging somehow so bad. His internet is not the best possible. Oh, that was Pimpy Mac heavily hitting the wall. There's only 2 drivers out on track. GT Moto, PMP Mac, and Flying Cross now starting his next lap, so only 3 drivers out there. Out of 10. No one has joined the lobby yet. 64 minutes to go in the practice session. No idea about the weather. It was dynamic weather for this session. Next week in Australia we will be having to fix the weather, and the weather forecast is on the website after Friday in F1 and Wednesday in F2. But now the preseason there was a dynamic weather, so we couldn't expect or know the weather beforehand. We just knew, and the weather came to our knowledge at the start of the session. There's no signs of rain or even upcoming rain. It's very good conditions here. Oh, that was a good slide by GT Moto. MP Mac into the pits, so we have only 2 drivers out there, and now we have 5 drivers in the same go because Road and Shirley has left the garage at the same time, and they are going out once again. Let's check the tires. The best lap time is made on softs and then there's mediums, but the currently fitted tire, nearly everyone on the mediums, GT Moto on the hards, and a couple of drivers on the mediums. I'm a definition of shit at this track. Well, practice makes perfect. More practicing before the main event in 4 weeks and you will be good. Let's enable the telemetry of each car. We can see when they are using overtake button. Actually, CPI Connor is running the overtake mode at the hot lap mode at the moment. So he's having a quality run here. Very close on the limits. Oh, that's so close. Perfection. Oh, no longer perfection. That was 95% perfection. Through that part of the track. 6/10 improvement. 6/10 improvement. That's a big improvement. But let's see what he can do. It's a long back straight. You need to have a good balance between downforce and straight line speed, otherwise you lose so much here on this part of the track. Tight braking zone, a hairpin. If I remember correctly, turn number 7. And now there's flying grass spinning in front. Tight braking, 8/10 improvement. Purple in the second sector, close to the wall. And then comes my favorite section of the track. Left, right, left, right, left, right, big right, big left, big right. I love this part of the track. So lovely when it comes perfect. This guy's setup is perfection. Perfect braking in the penultimate corner. The final corner, perfection. That is perfection, and that's 134.7 on the board, 2 seconds off. And that's currently 8/10 in the lead in the session. I'm doing time and checking how. Yeah, that's a good way. Oh! CPI Connor into the wall, trying to cut the corners a bit too much. Now there's nearly every driver on the track. Schumacher only driver in the garage. And GT Moto the only driver on the hards. GT Moto is clearly doing a race simulation here. Because he is still on those hards and they are already 15 laps old. Let's see what happens. But he's 5 seconds off, so he must have a heavy car. And on those hard, it's not the fastest surge, clearly 139s. He's running 140s. So he's like 6 seconds off the best lap times. At the moment, when he's doing the race simulations. Race strategy practice program, a very long one. Again, there's flying grass. He's pushing too hard, and then his setup is bullshit. And now GT Moto is getting blocked by him. And GT Moto into the pits after 15 laps. And here's the thing what our replay have captured. There was a contact between Furley and... That was BMP Mac, wasn't it? No, it was the Furley Lando. What happened there? Oh, he lost the back end. The McLaren lost the back end, spun. Unfortunately came back on track. And hit Furley. That was unfortunate. Not the best way we like to go. BMP Mac on those medium tires at the moment. Improving by 2/10 at the stage. Under 1 hour to go in this session, and then there's the 18-minute qualifying coming. We can see the real pace of the drivers. So there's kind of 108 minutes of practice time. Nearly 2 hours, from which 90 is practice and 18 is full power qualifying. So there's a lot of time to practice, nearly 2 hours for me to watch this and commentate this for you. I may have to go get something to drink here at some point when there's quiet on the track. So I don't want to go there when there's action on the track. I go there when it's quiet on the track and most of the cars are in the pit lane. But I'm running out of water here. And it's really hot in Finland. 26 degrees outside at the moment in real life in Finland. The hottest day this month so far. The 2 hottest days are here and then it starts cooling down towards the winter. But these are very hot days, and also the wall is very hot after that hit by PMP Mac in the Bahrain. F1 70 Bahrain 1950. 70 years of F1. By the way, when F1 is now 70 years, since what have you watched F1? What was your first ever F1 race you watched completely? Mine was Abu Dhabi 2013, and I started watching F1 regularly. Is it said like that? Maybe? Regularly in 2014. So it was love in first sight. When I watched the 2013 Abu Dhabi race, I was instantly like, this is my sport. And 2014 I was watching it full time. And here we are in 2020. So I have kind of 6-year experience of Formula 1. But since when have you watched F1? What was your first ever completely watched F1 race? From TV. Or if you began your kind of F1 spectator career on track, like you were watching a race live somewhere on the track. But what was your first ever F1 race you looked at? On TV, at the place, on track, where? Okay, do you remember which race of 2010? 2010. PMP Mac really looking for limits. Into the pits. Little lock up by Mr. Schumacher. Still on those hearts, trying to find some grip. And touch. Those tires are 10 laps, or if I remember correct, 9 laps towards the 10 laps. We have 7 competitive lap times, and then there's 3 lap times which are off completely, not even close of being competitive. Of course, GT Moto was doing a race simulation. Now he has swapped over to mediums, and now we can start seeing good lap times in GT Moto. My first race watched TV was Singapore 2007. I lost my shit on that T1 incident. Yeah, the first race ever you watch, and both Ferraris are out. Max Verstappen's involved. Vettel's Spinala. Lewis Hamilton's incredible luck from P5 to P1. Valtteri Bottas, bad start if I remember correct. Well, Fernando Alonso was very unfortunate. He was about to go round, but he got touched by a last moment and he retired from the race. That was very dramatic scenes. Hopefully we don't see that kind of carnage in this league. Because I don't want to give any penalties for people, but sometimes we have to give penalties. We want or not, we have to give. GT Moto now starting to get a touch. "53 minutes to go in the session at the moment. Everyone apart Furley and CPI Connor are out on track. Half of the session done. No joinings, no leavings from the session. The drivers have stayed stable from the get-go. Hopefully GT Moto gets a good lap time here. I really hope so. There's fully Lando out in the final sector into the pits. Both Red Bulls changing each other. In this year's game, the dirty air is actually quite effective, so it's much more effective than last year's game. The dirty air is now kind of visible. You can see and feel the dirty air. The car is oversteering badly, and you can really feel it. There's blue flag for someone. Is it the Red Bull who's getting the blue flag? No. But Road is taking the slipstream of 30. 1:36.7. That is currently in this pre-season. That goes 6th fastest. So that's a quite good lifetime. My first race outright 2005, but I don't remember anything. My mom recorded it. But first race I remember was 2008 or 2009 seasons. Okay, that's quite early. When we compare, I started 2014 pretty much because I saw only one and last race of 2014. So pretty much I started at V6 era. So 2014 was my first full season because I saw only one race from F1 2013. So. Oh, the Red Bulls go. Road challenges 30, but he can't overtake because 30 is blocking the way. In this case, Christian Horner or whoever is he is the team principal, but whoever in game, Jeff, should say that swap position, move to 21 please. How the hell Horner is 7/10 faster? Yeah, he had an amazing run in 3rd sector. He had an amazing run, I saw that. He nailed the last sector. There was a single mistake in the last sector. He nailed this corner like this, but into full speed. So he had an amazing traction, amazing grip in the final sector. And CPA Connor looks like he's really racing against the 110 EA. And at the moment he's confirming the F1 seat for himself in this league. If he can just make the time, which is set for F1. He can have a full-time seat on F1 at least, in my opinion. Fairly on his Ferrari, trying to improve a little bit. Top 7 within 1.4 seconds, so that is quite good. Then GT Moto, Schumacher and Verti are still missing a good lap times. Looks like GT Moto is still running a race simulation, because he's still 4 seconds off, even though he has swapped the tire. Wide line, tight exit, good exit, and onto the backstrap you go. You need to retain as much pace as you can in the hairpin, and Furley's lost it on the back straight. And our tires might be overheated. And he needs to calm down. Yeah, the tires are killed, according to temps. These Red Bulls still fighting. This is like a race for them. Road is taking the slipstream of 30. 30 made a mistake. There's a dirty air coming handy. Are they both on the mediums? They are both on the mediums. Oh, everyone touching the wall. Do you like my helmet of PMP Mac? I haven't seen it yet. Oh, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. I need to check it once you go out on track next time. Now there's flying grass facing the wrong way. In the same place as Furley a minute ago. Oh, luckily the coasting system. Now it's close. I think these Red Bulls are racing. They are in the same PlayStation party. And they are practicing a race here. They are both DRS. Actually, it's possible in this case because Flying Cross was there. And that's the move down by Road. He gets ahead of 30 in this tight contest. And Road has made it. Good racing, even though it's a pre-season only. No points given from this one. But still, very good racing. Yep, I will try to check it. Again, Flying Cross. But Road successfully made the overtake of 30. If I remember correctly, these guys really are... No, they cannot be teammates, or can they? They are both F2 drivers, if I remember correct. So they are not teammates yet, because F2 seats are not given yet, so... They are not they are just teammates here in pre-season. Let's see. At least that is coming handy with the car. It's matching with the car racing point you will be driving this season. At least it is matching. I like that. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. GT Moto still doing some race simulations. How many laps has Moto done? Let's see the race director. Moto has done on the 2 single sets, he has done 19 laps. Or this is his 19th. He has now done 18. And this is his 19th lap. There's yellow flag on the straight again. Third slowing down. Oh, there's Flying Cross. Spinal. And there's Furilando in the final sector. I was looking for a moment that he's going wrong way. I was looking for a moment that he's going wrong way. That looked like for a moment. Luckily not, but looked like for a moment that he's going wrong way. Road missing the apex of the last corner, but it's not so critical. At least every driver is within 5 seconds at least. If Waiting can get 3 seconds off and everyone else, of course, the same amount, they would be within 1.6 and it would be great. Yeah, it is so easy to fail a good lap. This barrier is so close, the racing line is tight. If you go even a bit off the line, you are not in optimal position for the next corner. And it affects the next corner, next corner, next corner. Then you are never optimal. And you are losing half a second easily in a couple of corners. This corner, for example, if you go with too wide, you're going to lose here because you have to go tighter in the apex. But if you go too tight, you're going to be too slow. You are going to be too slow for the whole straight, and you're losing half a second. So, in the roundabout where Fairley is, this corner and exit is very critical. If you mess up there, the next chance is the final sector. So, the final sector makes the difference. Because there's only 2 big straights, the first corner and the last sector. The first corner and last sector makes the difference. They are the critical parts. If you manage to success a first corner and like a second sector, or not the second, the third sector, you are strong. The middle sector should be quite strong for everyone. There's only the roundabout and one heavy braking in turn 7. Really coming these quite well at the moment. Ferrari's helmet is at least matching very well Ferrari. A red and white, that's a good helmet. Little bang with the barrier. Oh, that was a big hit. That was a big hit by Furley. He reseated the track. And there comes the Haas of GT Moto on the background. Goes through Furley. But that was a heavy hit. by Fairley, losing it in the final corner. Trying to get other turtle too early and losing it. Now there's Pimpin Max spinning around in the roundabout. 42.5 minutes to go in this practice session. Every other driver apart. Connor on track. Red Bull still racing. It's not Red Bull gives you wings, it's Red Bull gives you racing. Side by side. Switcheroo by Jurdy, and he gets in front. Amazing racing by these two. It's only a pre-season and these drivers are taking it seriously. Well, of course everyone should take it seriously, it's an official session. But these drivers are taking it to the next level. They are racing during pre-season. Here's the incident of Fairley again. What happened? So here we can see coming away from the final corner, taking too much grip and losing it. So he touched the grip, and that way he absolutely lost it, and then he resets. Back on track. These Red Bulls are still going. They can do this for 41 minutes more. Oh, late line change by 30, but it's okay, it's pre-season only. Both drivers to ERS, both drivers ERS overtake mode, so close to each other. Heavy braking into the corner. Bit wide by both drivers. Oh, there's heavy contact by Road and he's gone. And the other driver is slowing down, Jurdy is slowing down. Oh. Mr. Schumacher is not that driver there. GT Moto a bit slippery away from turn 7. The hairpin. CPI Connor finally on track, this time on the medium tires. After a short break back. There's a problem with my setup, I can't figure it out what it is. Tell me what kind of issue you have, I can help you a bit. By my experience of this game, like 45 hours maybe playing time in my team. So I can try to help you. Half of the drivers in the pits. Too much tire wear, it's not PSI. Take down the cambers and soften the underroll bars. There are two main ways to reduce the tire wear. Soften the underroll bars and less tire camber and toe in and out. So they are maybe the biggest changes to tire wear you can make. At least I don't know any. I made 136.7 at the moment. That would be 8th position. Six, 7. They're the same number. They're the same number. Huh? 135.7. That is P4. Let's see what these drivers can do when we put the max mode in the cars at the end of the session, and they will put best lap times in. This driver, Connor, is clearly having a race simulation. He's 3.5 seconds off, so it's clearly a race run. Same for Moto, Pimpin Mac up there again. And go faster, many mistakes, hopefully again. See if the Connor is running 34s at the moment. He might go into 33s when we put the max mode. So 33s are possible. There are a couple of drivers in the garage and a couple of drivers on track at the moment. The car is undrivable. Well, then you have to work with your setup. There's no other figuring out for that one. The Furlander is only 30 thousandths of a second slower than flying grass. Working all the time, but nothing works. Bruh, I was improving 2/10 in first sector and mosquito bited my arm, and I cannot kill it. Instruction, oh no. Oh no, that's not a good thing, the mosquito comes the way. Hopefully GT Moto and Veti can have better lap times at the end of the session. Really hope so. Same for Schumacher. Just trying to use old softs to find the settings. They might not provide you the best grip, so that might not be the best time, and then there's Furlander. Again, wrong way. Completely lost the traction. Well. PMP Mac having invalid lap time and back in the pits. There was also another driver back in the pits with GT Moto in front after many laps on those mediums, using them completely. Race distance, I don't remember what it was in Hanoi. It's a maybe 26, 27, not sure. 25, 26, don't remember how many laps there was in Hanoi. Let's see how many laps has GT Moto done. He has done 24 laps. That's a very good amount of laps at the moment. Then there's Verti doing some Spinala. There's CPI Connor coming to Connor at the same time. With Verti doing the Spinalas. Really warming up his tires. The Furlander again spinning around. Yeah, Spinal. There's Flying Grass now trying to find the settings. Hopefully they make a setup they are happy with. Only 33 thousandths of the second is separating Flying Grass and Furlander. Teamset is playing well where he is. Yes, now we can invite people from here. Thank you, Codys, you have made this possible. Where was Team said? He was not here. Here he is. I will invite him anyway, even though he's offline. But finally, the spectators can invite people. It's in my seat. Ah, it's teams driving for you. Ah, okay then. Well. That's a big lockup by Team Said. Fuck's sake. For real, I do again spinning. This guy's spinning like more often than Sebastian. Ah, lost again. That's a huge incident this time. But these drivers are spinning more frequently than Sebastian Vettel. That's intentional spinning. It is no longer accidental, that is intentional spinning. Into the pits he goes. Most of the drivers in the pits. 35.1. That is second fastest. Of course, you get the maximum power. These drivers don't have the max fuel mode yet. So, that isn't the truth. And you make many mistakes, yeah. Pimpin Mac in the first sector. Team Said as Fairley in the final corner. And then there's Schumacher. And GT Moto out on track. And Veti. Tires were fucked. Well, surely they were fucked if you if you spin out like that. Veti spinning again. Maybe going off the track to let Schumacher behind. Past Spinella. Yes. Maybe I need to add a Spinella effect to my OBS, and every time someone spins, I press a button and it says Spinella. Well, I don't know. There will be multiple Spinella memes coming towards the end of the year. And Veti is having another Spinella. Oh, that is not Veti. It was Furley this time. I don't know. What was the thing that lost the Spinella? Why it was not only a spin? What made it to be like Spinella? At the same time, and Furley, or Team Said in this case, is doing some Spinella. Uh-oh, the CPI corner coming. Invalidated lap time from that as a gift. But what made it to be a Spinella? Why it is not only a spin, or even a normal spin? Why it is Spinella? I have never understood that one. Road and Jurdy having another race. Or it's looking like race, they are going again after each other. 28 minutes to go in this session before the qualifying. Oh, Jurdy's lost it. This is a chance for Jody. And fairly gone again. Or the team said. I just say fairly. This is not my track. Clearly not your track. Cheating moto within 3 seconds. This time having a good run. Let's see how well it comes. Final corner. Final apex. Quite slowly. And cross the line. 1/10 improvement, 2.8 seconds off. Veti is the only driver not having like, oh, Schumacher blocking flying grass there quite rapidly. There was a very close gap from which flying grass got through. Let's have a little replay. It is about the Fury Lando spinning multiple times and having some heavy crashes. Spinala. Into the pits comes Mr. Schumacher. Flying across again, going off. Red Bull's racing. With 25 minutes soon to go. At least this is a good practice, overtake practice for these two. Just can't find right. Well, that is not good then. Oh, they nearly run into each other here. Jordy is off, he has to reverse. He won't be able to get away from that situation without using a reverse gear. And that was a close call by the Red Bulls. Very, very close call here. Now there's one McLaren of Fury Lando in the middle. Okay, Fairley is back behind the wheel. Road is clearly waiting for Jordy. Let's see how these guys race again. Like I said, it is at least a very good overtake practice for the season. Jordy losing a bit road in front in this case. Slipstream taken, of course. We both have DRS. The slipstream is important. Oh, that's in the barrier there a bit. Looking around the outside or forcing the road a bit wide, then going down the inside, taking the slipstream as much as possible. Round the outside, later the braking can do it. Switch back, and that's a great move by Jordy. Move done. Great job, great switcheroo. What the heck, flying grass? What the heck? Oh man. Hopefully you don't got any video footage for us. Hope not. Really hope not. GT Moto has done most laps of any drivers. He has done 28 laps and now he is running a 29th lap. He can break a 30 lap record here. And then there's Mac in the parking lot. Finding another Schumacher parking spot. Smashing the barrier and getting back on track. Looks like we're going to have a 10 driver pre-season practice and qualifying. Most of the drivers out there, only these Red Bulls still racing. These Red Bulls are really giving us the entertainment here. Without these Red Bulls racing, this session would be very boring, full of bananas and incidents. But these Red Bulls are making sure that this thing is not boring. Hopefully they make this same thing next week in Netherlands. Because this is entertaining. Looks like no, it was not a mistake by Jurdy. I was looking like it, but that was a mistake. Oh, close the barriers by road. Poor drivers, DRS. Around the outside, trying to go, but Jurdy closes the road. There's nowhere to go for a road. But now it's a back straight. Let's see. DRS open. In the slipstream, there's blue flags for the Red Bull. Before Lando is in the parking lot. But these Red Bulls are giving us... Oh, look at this! Look at the pace of the Ferrari Lando. From the parking lot, trying to get some speed. It was a mistake by Jurdy. Oh, they are letting the McLaren by. They are just letting the McLaren by. So the McLaren is not involved in the race. How many laps have each driver done? Let's see. Connor has done 16 laps so far. Flying Grass has used his all tires. Flying Grass has done only 13 laps. Furlando has done 27. PMP Mac 15. Road 23. 30. 20. Furley / Team Set 17. Schumacher 22, 21. GT Moto 29. And Veti 16. So GT Moto has done the most laps so far in this session. Nearly 30 laps, that's more than the race distances. It's PMP Mac driving slowly. The Red Bulls are closing this one. It's yellow flag, no overtaking. Oh, shooting wide and Jurdy gets the position here. And Rota stays behind. Now there's PMP Mac involved in this race. So now we have 3 drivers in one pile. Let's see what kind of race this will be. The Red Bulls are just slowing down. They are clearly having a race here. They are just slowing down. Get some space between the racing point of PMP Mac and the Red Bulls. And the race continues. Rota is still behind. 30 in the lead. With 17 minutes remaining in the clock. Which driver goes across the line first when the time goes to 0? And now the racing point has spun, facing the wrong way. Now he's going the wrong way. But just spinning the car around. Nah, task failed successfully, shall I say. This track is a joke. Maybe your setup is a joke. And B-Mac is still doing the donuts there. Like FIA says, doing donuts in somewhere else than in the last race of the season is illegal. Furlando giving some space for both Red Bulls. Oh. But these Red Bulls really gave us the entertainment in this session. Their racing has been amazing so far. And they are quite fast as well. And then there's AlphaTauri of Flying Cross right behind them from the pits. We have 4 cars in one pile. Red Bulls, AlphaTauri of Flying Cross, and the Ferrari Lando. Flying Grass drops immediately. Stupid curve. I'm spinning. Spinala. Is Furlando going to try overtake from these two? Let's see in his slipstream. Yep, battling. Is PMP Mac on the parking lot, and they are giving the McLaren the way because they are trying to race. And now the Red Bulls are racing, late braking, they make contact. Likely there is no damage in this session. Flying Cross is also being let through with his brand new AlphaTauri replacing the Scuderia Toro Rosso. And someone gone in the main straight. It's fairly driving the wrong way. Well, it's an official session, so that will be a penalty. Well. That might be a penalty for Ferrari. It is an official session, so that's why. It's not... even though the corner cutting rule is set to be corner cutting only, or the penalties are set to corner cutting only, you are still not allowed to go the wrong way. It's just for that you don't get disqualified for doing that, but at the same time, if you are doing, I mean for accident, you reserve back on track, you can go away from the track, you rejoin to the track and you get a disqualification for driving the wrong way. That's the only thing we are trying to avoid. But you cannot, you have to go the whole lap. You cannot go wrong way. That is dangerous, against the rules, and if I say correctly, unsportsmanlike behavior. Because in a race, you can't go backwards if you have a puncture or something in the final corner. You cannot just spin around, go the wrong way in the pits. You can't do it. Again, these Red Bulls make contact here. Well, the stewards make a decision. We are no longer stewards. The stewards will make a decision about that one. Do you get a penalty or not? It's an official session, so the reasons why you get a penalty is there. We have the judges. And Rhodes gone off a little bit after the punch of Charity. There's flank cross in the middle of the road. What happened there? Alpha Tauri standing in the middle. Now he's back moving. PMP Mac retired from the session, so he has just retired with 12.5 minutes to go. It cannot be a terminal damage. Because the damage is... Oh my god. We are doing them in the wrong place at the wrong time. And those Red Bulls battling. This is actually a perfect pole. Follow those Red Bulls to battle. Blue flags for someone. I had 90% gearbox and 20% ice. How? How on earth do you have 90% gearbox in a practice session? The vehicle damage is off, so I don't think that you retire even though the gearbox is behind it. There would be issues, but maybe. Not sure. But your car should not break down when this vehicle damage is off. I'm doing mecha avalanche braking. Well, I can see that clearly. In 100% races you will be in trouble. And I can't even imagine your career mode. How in the heck are you going to survive through 22 races with just 3 engines? If you are burning the engine in 2 races. Especially with the gearbox. How in the hell are you going to survive with only 3 or 4 gearboxes or engines? Well, that's unfortunate. The CPI Icona, Ford Orlando and the Red Bulls in the same go. We are having a minor race here. The CPI Icona cannot beat him around the outside. He went off track. Lol, Ford Orlando is here. Well, Salmon Bike, you are not here. I just couldn't make the corners without looking up so engine braking. Do have to try to learn again your racing style. Is it the racing style? Driving style, you have to rebuild it because you are wearing the engine way too much. And it's very unfortunate way to retire due a mechanical failure in a league race on the final lap the engine blows. That would be a very unfortunate way to retire. That's a big hit by Ford Orlando into the wall. Schumacher has left the session. With 9 minutes to go, we are having all 9 drivers, 9 drivers. Now, when Schumacher has left the session completely and PMP Mac is still participating in the qualifying, it's getting overcast, so we might have rain here at the very end of this practice session. I don't know about the weather in the qualifying. The race weather doesn't matter because we are not going to do a race in this pre-season. 8.5 minutes to go. In career mode, I'm on race 10 and I haven't changed anything on my engines yet. Whoa. How? Oh! The Ford Orlando and CB gonna run in each. Oh! I'm not sure whose fault was that. We will need to have a new look at it very soon. I was making a 16th improvement. The last sector I won't change. I will change to hit the first lap. Oh no. Let's see what happened. So here's the battle. What happened? Let's have a look. Did they go off? Ah, the camera changed. It's just on the way and we cannot see what happened. At least there was an unfortunate collision. I don't like my current one. GT Moto still driving, having more and more laps under his belt. If people want, they can do a race here, but it's no longer a part of this official session. The race won't be streamed. And, well, you can do it if you want. It's a 50% race. It's set to correct conditions, but it's not an official part of the session. Yeah, the qualifying is the part of the pre-season, but the race won't be streamed. The race is not involved. Of course, people can do it if they want, but it won't be streamed or watched or whatever. There's kind of no rules in the race, because it's no longer a part of the session. If there was an option to disable the race would be disabled, and the tire wear would be set to 50% races, to match the 50% race tire wear rates. Well, your racing times are very bad because it's on top of VCS. Yeah, you have the same helmet. Five minutes to go in this session. Final drivers. GT Moto might be trying to hot lap now. There's only 5 minutes to go. He's 2.1 seconds off. We have only 8 competitive lap times out of 10 drivers. In which angle was that roller thing going there at the background? I don't know how it's named, but the floor or whatever was very odd. Monaco clearly, maybe after some people could come after the pre-season, not sure though. At least I'm busy after this one. Oh, there's a big slide by CPI Connor. Let's have a telemetry of these cars so we can see which engine modes these drivers are running. That Williams turned into me on my lap, and I'm sorry, but I'm still my warmed up tires, but it smashed me off. I don't know what happened there, honestly. My view was so bad. The camera changed at the same time with the accident, so well, I cannot say anything for that. That might be an incident, of course. Hopefully. I think flying cross is meeting the straight incident, where Lando was blocking flying cross a little bit on the straight, but nothing too dramatic. 3.5 minutes go. Well, there's still a qualifying to come, 18 minutes, so it was not a flying lap, because you will be having those max flying laps in the qualifying for 18 minutes. Oh, that's slippery for CPI Connor. It's getting very dark cloud here, so I'm expecting rain for the last couple of minutes in this session. Donkey my laps, trying to get the most of the tire set. Flying Jurdy is having a non-lap here. Road is having a hot lap, so Road is having all in for this run. Anyways, you can give enough space to a lot faster cars. Yeah, F1 2020 gotta be the best game Cody's have made. Of course, there are many critical bugs and glitches in the game, but in general, the gameplay in F1 2020 is the best we have seen so far. Hopefully 2021 makes the same thing, that the gameplay is again little step forward, much better, less glitches, or the most critical glitches at least would be fixed. So the game would work very well. Two minutes to go. Yeah, the My Team is very good feature, I love it. I have done now 11 races if I'm not correct. So I'm in Hungary, or I have done the British Grand Prix, and next race for me is the Hungarian Grand Prix. The track I don't like. It's not bad, but at the same time it's not good. It's a kind of okay track. Not my favorite, but I don't hate it the most at the same time. Road is out of ERS. How? He might have used the overtake button during the lap. It's the only thing we know what happened. Cross the line goes, not even improving on that lap time. Furley's having an unlap, maybe he's preparing for his next lap. GT Moto is having a hot lap like I expected. Close on the limits, going off, spinning off. And he has no more time to do another one. He has no time to make another hot lap. He has to go with the same tire set, with this amount of fuel, again. Verti has not left the garage. He will be the slowest. But GT Moto is the only driver who can make a change and have 9 competitive lap times. That's an limitation, so Moto won't be getting a competitive lap time. That's a good lap time when we look that it's a race simulation time. But within 1.4 seconds, we have no 9 lap times. Well. Whoa, one. Well, at least now your setup is not working. At least now your setup is not working. You are on a completely wrong side. Actually, this year, even by an incident, if you accidentally put a wrong tire, for example, inters or wets on a dry track, even incidentally, you will automatically get a penalty, and a big penalty. It doesn't matter if it's an intentional or incident. You will get a big penalty in the sessions this season by doing this. It's dangerous and it's not very wise play. So in the main races, you will get big penalties by taking the wets or inters on a dry track and the other way around, taking slicks on the wet track. So Stuarts need to be ready with that one. Yeah. Salmon Bike is still trying to adverse his league. Salmon knows that it's not good behavior in our chats. You can advertisement it elsewhere, but not in our YouTube chats. In the live streams. If all tire compounds are punctured, then you can't go out on track. So, in any situation, it is illegal to have a wrong tire compound. Well, yeah, Jody, at least I enjoyed the show. That was a very good show. I really enjoyed it. I hope you, Road and Jody, make it again in Netherlands. Where's the checkered flag? Hey, Marshall, you're missing the flag. Where's the flag? There's no flag in corner. 1434.0 on the board on the final lap. And Betty has left the track, has gone on the track. People should retire, and that was dangerous. Well, I think it's the driver's fault who is coming who is on the track, because the driver who is in the pit exit cannot do anything in that situation. So the driver on track has to watch out to people coming away from the pit line. So in that situation it would have been Connor's fault, because Veti was in the pit exit, but it's a pre-season so it doesn't matter. But we need to have an announcement of that later on. It wasn't even Connor's control, it was the EA's control there, so we can blame Connor for that one. Veti, you should retire from the session. There's of course 20 seconds to go, but yeah, that's the end of this session. Yeah, he has retired from the session. There's 6 to 18 minutes of qualifying still coming. Oh. Well. There's the results after 90 minutes. CPI Connor easily the fastest by over a second. And then there's tight pack until Moto, and then Veti of course 5.3 off. Qualifying starting in a couple of moments. And well, soon we go in Hanoi, Vietnam. We are back here in qualifying. And it's time to go, I think. Yeah, it's wet qualifying here. Intermediate conditions for now. So, 17 minutes of qualifying still remaining at wet Vietnam. Veti going out again. Let's see what these drivers can do here in wet. I think GT Moto left the lobby, so he won't be participating in the qualifying. Well, so Veti, Forlando and Cherdy are out on track at the moment. Let's see. I'm not sure what will be the intermediate conditions. Lap times. Not sure what they will be. But this next quarter of an hour will be wet conditions. A test for the drivers. Hopefully we are not getting wet qualifying in the session itself. Fairly out on track for Lando and Cherdy, same thing. GT Moto and was it Pimpy Mac, the other driver? At least GT Moto is out, so we have 8 or 9 running drivers in this qualifying. And Cherdy lost it before he even got on the track. Or on a lap in this case. So who will be first driver to go for a lap. It will be Veti. Very wide corner. The first one. Very close to the barriers. This track is hard on the dries, but it's even harder on the wets. 30.8 in the first sector. Quite good exit from the hairpin. Spin now. Yes. Freelander going fast in the back straight. He's also on a timed lap. Heavy braking in the chicane. In Hanoi there are a couple of curbs you can take, and then there are a couple of curbs you need to avoid. The first sector the curbs are very low, you can take in this corner as well, the curbs are very low, but then in the hairpin for example you don't want to touch the curb. Here you don't want to touch the curbs on the inside, because they will catch you off if you go in the wrong angle for them. This corner for example is very bad, and this one might be, but I'm not sure. Also this apex you want to hit it very into the wall maybe. There's an overtake done by Furilando. He's on a bad line for this final corner due Veti's racing line. Furilando goes, Veti's 5 seconds off from bad lap time. BMP Mac has left the session save for GT Motor, so we have 8 runners in this lobby. Let's go. Hopefully we have a bit more tomorrow. Exit the track limits there, into the pits. Flying cross, good first sector there. Jordi goes across the line, half a second away from Furilando. And then it's Flying Ross, the next driver. And soon we have 4 drivers who have got the lap time on the board. Oh, Flying Cross here losing it completely. Touching a wall, and that's it. Car sliding a lot. And that's your lap over for now. Yep, lost it, and that's it. No lap time for you. Roth and Schumacher still in the pits. Veti is not going again. No one's improving from the cars who are currently on track. 11.5 minutes to go in this qualifying session, which is wet here in Hanoi. You can change between setups. The park Fermi regulations are disabled in pre-seasons, so you can swap between racing qualifying setups. That's exactly why we have qualifying as a separate session, so you can have the max fuel mode and qualifying setups. So you can change between the setups. Furley trying again, CPI Connor in the pits, Frank Ross in the pits now, Moto and PMP Mac have left the sessions completely, so 3 drivers out of 8 have got a lap on the board with 10 minutes to go, so this qualifying is in halfway. We have been live soon, nearly 2 hours, now 1 hour and 50 minutes exactly, and there's 10 minutes to go, so we will be reaching the 2 hour mark. So soon we have been live for 2 hours straight. This might be the longest live stream for VCS ever. I don't think pre-seasons have never been streamed. Don't think the races take half an hour, 1.5 hours or 1 hour 30 minutes, the streams usually. and now it's taken 2 hours and it will be taking even more. By the way, with the viewers now, let's discuss about real life F1. What do you think about the 3 qualifyings and 2 races we have seen so far? Very interesting qualifying today in Hungary. What have you been your thoughts in this season? Ferrari's performance, Mercedes' performance. Who is the champion this season? I'm expecting Valtteri Bottas to win the champ this season. He's strong, he has the best chance ever to take it. This is the year Valtteri has to take it. It's now or never. But what are your thoughts? Who will be the driver champion, constructor champion, and your thoughts in general about the season so far, the 2 races and 3 qualifyings? At least in my opinion, Ferrari is like shit. They are a shit box. Literally. They are sandbagging. If they are not sandbagging, hopefully not. That would be very bad to sandbag in races. But if they are not sandbagging, the pace is terrible. And Mattia Binotto should be fired as soon as possible. He should be spinalled back to his old job. And someone else should take the principal of Ferrari. And that looks like a good lap. Half a second faster than 30. And even half of the drivers haven't set the lap yet on the board with 8 minutes to go. I'm sorry if I'm quiet for long times, because there's absolutely nothing to say. It's so boring to spectate only one driver on track, or 2 drivers, but the other is on a out lap, and the other is on a hot lap, so there's really nothing to commentate, so that's why I'm quiet. There's no reason to talk shit when there's nothing to talk about. So it's better to be quiet and talk shit when nobody cares. Penultimate corner, and then it's the final go. Fairly doesn't hit the barrier on the left. Very good lap there. That is 1.1 seconds off, and he puts himself 3rd fastest. And there's pretty much everyone else in the garage. 30 on the lap. PMP Mac just texted me that he saw the rain and he left ASAP because I think he hates rain. That is not a confirmed reason, but he saw the rain and he left ASAP. Ferdy has retired, so he's done for the day. Hopefully Veti can improve. The line is looking quite good at the moment. Final corner for Veti. Cross the line. Decent lap. 3.5 still off. If he could find 2 more seconds, that lap would be excellent. It's replay time. And there's replay footage of Jordi. This was 9 minutes ago. With his spinning. Here we can see losing it. Too much traction, it was not on the curb. He just lost it there. Five and a half minutes to go. Jordi is on a lap here on the final sector. Hopefully the rain is not getting heavier, because if the rain is getting heavier, the laps won't be improved. And Jordi in the pits. Flying Ras has now left the garage. He has started his lap. Road, Schumacher and Connor haven't even left the pit lane in this qualifying yet, with 5 minutes to go. But tomorrow at the same time as now we have the Netherlands pre-season. I'm looking forward for it, new track as well. Hopefully a bit more drivers, 13 or even 14 drivers would be great. 3 or 4 drivers is enough to make the entertainment double as high as it was today. And if Churdy and Road can make the racing again, that would be amazing. One minute gone for here Flying Cross's lap time. Braking into the hairpin, that's a good braking, very good line for the hairpin. Back end picked, bit slippery, but it's okay. Let's see the time. 1:15.890 for the second sector. We have no comparison, we have no, we cannot see how fast he's going compared to first and second place. And I have no idea about the sector lap times. Sector times for Lando and Churdy have. Into the pits goes Flying Grass. 4 minutes to go and we have only one driver on track. And it's Churdy. At least this guy is getting some TV time here. But this is boring for me because there's really nothing to say. Furley has left the session. And Vet is going out again. I think there is really 4 drivers or 3 drivers now in front, 4 drivers in front of their TV out of 7, which is in the lobby at the moment. So Schumacher, Road and CPI Connor are not even in front of their TVs. Final laps of each driver. And the pre-season of Vietnam will be complete and we are reaching the 2-hour minute. 2-hour mark in our stream. Here goes Churdy. Now there's people going out and track, Connor and Flying Cross as well. Connor realized, oh, there's only 1 lap to do, there's only 2 minutes to go, so he in a hurry to go back on the track. Set 1 lap, and that's it. Churdy is the only driver on a timed lap yet, so we are going to watch this till the end. 2/10 improvement, first sector is purple. Let's see what he can do in the second sector. Now there's AlphaTauri of Flying Cross in the way. Let's see. Oh, it's CPI Connor, it's the Williams. Not interrupting Churdy here. 1 minute to go in this pre-season before the checkered flag's out. This is Churdy's 1 and final lap. If he can't make 2 laps in a row, this will be his final lap. It's very slippery there in the last sector, as we can see. There's no grip or whatsoever. Yeah, Austria is a very good track. Penultimate corner for Churdy. Final corner. Where he will go. He goes faster than Lando by 6/10. 48.4 on the board. Lando is in the final corner. He can make it on the 1 more lap. Can he answer Churdy on the lap here? Let's see. Veti also on the lap. Corona in the first corner, so Veti will be next driver go across the line. Let's go in order. 10 seconds and the flag's out. And the final 3 minutes timer will begin before the session ends automatically. After Veti, it's Flying Cross, and then it's CP O'Connor, and then Fury Lando. And that's the end of the session then. Geordie has to press the retire button or go across the line. Veti goes across the line, improves 2/10, 4 seconds off. Then it's Flying Cross at the end of second sector, starting his third one. 15.3, purple second sector, hopefully that's not lying. But for now, purple second sector. For Flying Cross, at least the wet weather is going. Let's see what Flying Cross can do. Penultimate corner, and then the final corner. Across the line, Flying Cross goes third fastest in front of Fairley. Then the next driver out there is CPI Connor. Second last corner, and then it's the Fury Lando who will be last there. And the Fury Lando will end this session. Pole position, professional pole position for CPI Connor. And Fury Lando, what's he's gonna do? That's the end of the session then. He goes first. So the Fury Lando takes the professional pole of the pre-season Vietnam. So, 1/10 difference between Fury Lando and CPI Connor. 6 drivers put a lap on the board. And that's the end of today's pre-season. That was a very interesting 2 hours. And, well, thanks for watching this pre-season. Tomorrow at this exactly same time, 5 PM BST, we will be having the Netherlands pre-season. And then, within 1 week, the season will kick off in Australia. We are trying to get the VCS podcast on the grid to start before, or it should start next Saturday. So we are trying to make the episode and release it on Mixcloud. There's a link in the description. Make sure to follow us on Mixcloud. That's the place where the podcast episodes will be launched every single Saturday. Also, there's the website link in the description also. And something else was there as well, I have to find. The Discord server of us was also, if you are a league driver but you are not in the Discord, there's a Discord link in the description also below. All necessary things. Yes, you can now leave the session. The race is not apart. You can race if you want, but it won't be streamed. This stream ends now, and thanks for watching. Tomorrow, exactly at the same time, here on VCS, Netherlands pre-season.